Oh. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Polymerization, guys. You know what we do. And you know what? I'm going to go into a sensitive subject I think a lot of people have trouble figuring out or are. And that is depending, are you a toxic player or are you becoming a toxic player? Now, toxicity is kind of the hardest things. We have it all our card games. You know who you are. You know somebody that does this. You might even do some of these things you don't even realize you're doing. And I'm going to tell you some things you need to avoid or tell others, like your friends or something, hey man, don't do that. First off is, I think the biggest thing a lot of toxic people do is they complain about the card game. This is the biggest one, I think, more than anything. If you have a problem with the game and you're not having fun in the game, just don't play. Don't play the card game just because, you know, you're not winning. You're not having fun. All you're going to do is bitch and moan and everything like that. Just don't play the game. Go somewhere else and play, or don't play at all. That's my honest opinion. If you don't like it, why are you still playing? Like, what's the point if you're just going to bitch and moan the whole damn time? I don't see the point of it. That's just my opinion. I mean, just get out of the game. Don't play. Another thing goes with that also is, like, if there's certain cards in the game, I understand they don't let you play, like Mystic Mine, Dragoon, all these other cards. We have so many outs to these cards. And I know a lot of people want to ban, which for the longest time, people on this last ban list, they wanted Imperial Order ban. I'm like, why? It's a one of. I mean, if you see it, you see it. You could also say for a lot of one ofs that win you the games, but that's one ofs. That's just the way the game is. But they're you problems. We have outs for them. That's kind of like my theory. I want Dragon Colossus back, but, you know, he's got a lot of Floodgate material to him. So we have outs to him easier than other ones. But people complain, so that's for another video another time. Another thing I think a lot of toxic people do, or something that some people do they don't realize is very toxic as a person, don't put others down for what cards they play or what they choose to use. Just because somebody plays a certain deck, you know, a certain way, and they add in their own spice cards that they enjoy in the deck, it doesn't mean it makes the deck better, but it's something they enjoy putting in that deck. Let them do it. I mean, they're here to have fun. Let them do it. It makes them happy. You know, if it makes them happy, kudos. Power to them. I mean, there's a lot of people I wish could pull off the same energy that those people have, because we're here to have fun. I mean, yeah, it's great to win, but at the same time, if they're having fun regardless if they win or lose, that's a win-win in my book. Some people need to have that mentality to keep that. And just because somebody plays something you don't like, oh well, I mean, that's what they enjoy. Now, your opinion, I'm not saying your opinion is wrong or nothing. Everybody's opinion matters, and, you know, you have right to that. But don't put somebody down just because they enjoy something more than what you would. That's all I got to say about that one. Another thing is, when you lose, going back into loss and everything, when you lose, guys, take it for a grain of salt. I know it's the best 2 out of 3 when you play in a round. When you lose, take it for a grain of salt. Don't say, you know, I've been guilty of this in the past, and, you know what, over time, I've made myself a better person out of it. You want to learn from, you know, what could you have done to make the game better for yourself? What could you increase your odds? This comes down to deck building, in my opinion, and how you play the deck and a lot of things, different archetypes as well. But take your losses in a grain of salt, guys. Just because your first game was a loss doesn't mean the rest of your day has to be bad. You know, you want to always strive for better. If that's what your goal is, take a grain of salt. Don't go after a match around and complain about, like, I only lost because of this card. I only lost because I had a dead hand. There's a lot of statistics there, guys, that you can do to make your board state better and your hand advantage better. I mean, that's all about how you deck ratios and all that stuff. There's a lot into that. But don't complain about it, guys. Better yourself. Be like, yeah, I lost. That's just, it's what it is. I tell a lot of people, you know, you're here to play to win. You're not here to play to make friends at the table. I mean, after the matches and game's over, make all the friends you want, man. But if you're sitting across from me, I'm here to beat you. That's just plain simple. I mean, I'll love you to death. You're one of my fellow materials. I love you to death. I'll treat you nice and everything. But when it comes to a game, I'm going to uphold you to the rules and stuff and make sure you're going to do it right. If I mess up, call me out on it. I'll be like, I'll apologize. I'm like, all right, let's continue the game. But the biggest thing is, take your losses with a grain of salt. It distinguishes you from your attitude and how you're viewed around everybody around you. You don't want to be known as that guy that's a salty player, one nobody likes to play with, always bitches and moans about the rules or how things are chained. Don't be that guy. Just don't be that guy. I mean, we know those people are like that, so don't be that guy. Another thing, like, man, it's really raining. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee right now, and it's just raining. It's kind of sad a little bit talking about some of these things, but I'm kind of sitting late over. But anyway, the last talk I want to talk about is, guys, if you're not happy with a ruling, you know, look it up. If a judge, and it's the way it's ruled, or anybody rules something a certain way, don't argue. Just take it like it is. Don't be one that keeps going on and on and on, dragging something out. A ruling is a ruling. That's just it, guys. Even if the head judge says this is it, that's the way it's going to be. Same thing back with grain of salt. You kind of got to learn to play the game. And I think that's the biggest thing of some of us Yu-Gi-Oh players. We do have a lot of text we don't want to read. We usually ask our opponent, hey, what does this do? They don't have to really tell you what it does. They can tell you, like, read the card. Technically, if they want to be a little douchebaggy about it. But, guys, try to understand the rules of the game. Don't get all toxic and upset or butthurt because you failed to read. I mean, that's your problem. You got to read the cards. Now, your opponent could be nice. They could tell you, like, well, I have this, I could chain, I have this quick effect, I have this effect, I have all this going on. Same thing, like, if you, they set an imperm, you know, and you forget, I've seen this countless times. They set an imperm and activate it, you know, in the Gateway or Monster Effects, and you decide to activate a card that was in the same column as the Imperial Order. You forget, and you're trying to take it back. Guys, you got to better yourself. That's plain and simple. You got to better yourself. Don't be toxic. Be nice to everybody around you, guys. We're here to enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy the game, get the fuck out. I'm just saying, if you're going to whine and moan, that's the biggest thing I want to talk about this video is I've noticed a lot. There's a lot of people just wants to bitch and moan about everything. Don't play the game, guys. I mean, just leave. Don't play. There's a lot of people that still enjoy this game. I'll actually have people come up to me like, hey, Paul, what's a cool deck that I could try out? I want to try something new. What's something that would be competitive? Something that would help me enjoy the game more. Broaden your range out, guys. Try something different. Sometimes trying something different will always bring out the best of you. I mean, change is always good. But the biggest thing, guys, just don't be toxic. Try not to keep this video too long. If you ain't a fellow subscriber, guys, hit the subscribe button. Be one of my fellow materials, guys. You know, fuse together and be a great family and a growing channel. I'll catch you next time, guys. I love you.